were at a story position where the big problem of the season was that the guys needed methamphetamine in order to continue their operation.
Flip that lever until his hatch is open.
We knew that we wanted to rob methamphetamine, so there were various ideas that were kicked around. One was robbing of a semi, another was an airplane. And the ideas kept getting bigger and bigger, and at some point someone threw out, maybe they rob a train.
Yeah, we did it.
And then it was full steam ahead, so to speak.
Action.
Go!
Wow, the train robbery. You know, that was probably one of the hardest episodes that any of us have ever done.
You could say that it is the biggest train robbery in history.
How lucky were we to be able to go do this episode? I mean, a train robbery heist.
How much did Jesse James steal?
The biggest was $3,000.
Yeah.
That's the most he's ever stolen. Jesse James.
It was the first time we ever went on location. We shoot 99% of our show in Albuquerque, and this was the 1% that we went up to Santa Fe.
George, would like you to move it over to Todd.
Nina is amazing at her job. She is the person who keeps the train rolling. I say that figuratively, and in this case, literally.
For those who don't know me, I'm Nina, I'm the first AD.
It was tremendously exciting. It was also nerve-wracking. You know, you show up on your first day on the set and you see the size of the production. It was humongous.
We had 4 days to shoot the train sequence, so it was a bit like doing a small action film in 4 days. It was definitely one of the biggest I've ever had to organize on a TV show.
I'm going to introduce you to Kim. He is our train engineer. He's the man. He says something about the train, it goes, and he's going to give us a few safety words about the train.
There's 2 standing rules on the railroad, and that's nobody get hurt and nobody fuck up. That's pretty good. But,
I think he's out there looking for rattlesnakes. He's got a special stick, and he's got some kind of grabby thing like old folks use at the supermarket to pull stuff off the shelves. You should talk to him.
My job as a snake wrangler and snake control person is to locate snakes that may be hazardous to people, so I'm protecting the people and I'm protecting the snakes. This area is known for having indigenous rattlesnakes. The quantity, I mean, who can count the grass, who can count the sands, you know? There's a lot of them here. I got him caught now. And believe it or not, he's semi-trained down already. I can handle this snake. I'm gonna tuck him away right now. I'll just let him go right in there naturally.
The only way to really pull this off, not only the caper itself, but the filming of this caper, was to split up the crews.
There were 3 sort of locations where filming was going on simultaneously. Most of the time I was with the main unit under the trestle bridge where all the heist was going on and then people were climbing up on the train. At the same time, we had Bill Burr at that crossing where his truck was purportedly stuck there.
Set.
Action.
Jesus! Thank God you guys weren't asleep at the switch. Be like Pancake City out here. This is unreal. Like, as far as like an actor goes, you know, I think getting to do a train robbery, there's not too many left. You know what I mean? I was kind of hoping I'd get to have one of those scarves up over my nose, but it's been awesome. I'm hoping they're gonna let me drive it at least one time. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna run over some shrubs? I'll make sure. I got it. This way goes this way. I just want to do it, man. It's like, yeah, with the train, it's like Tonka trucks for real.
Bill Burr had points of view over to a 3rd spot, which was Mike, who was hidden in trees.
okay, move into position.
George was really under the gun with that whole setup with the train and what was going on. It was so complicated.
Cut it.
Heading here.
Very nice. Very nice. Check that, please.
Bill Burr had to learn to drive that humongous dump truck.
Not friendly.
Not a friendly gear.
Second gear is not friendly. Second gear is not friendly.
I was going to do all this stuff with the moving train, and the locomotive, it's beautiful, but it was built in 1954. I had been planning on using the moving train all day, but the very first day, the train broke down.
I remember getting a call over the radio saying, yeah, the train's not moving right now. Because of the number of times we had been resetting, something had happened mechanically and the train broke down.
There was so much at stake, financially to do it this way, putting people up for 4 days. You know, we're not in our home base, we're in the middle of nowhere, and then you think the whole thing's going to hell, you know? The whole thing, we're gonna lose it right here because the train will go.
It's not as if you can call for a new train. It's like, you know, bring the other train in.
And you just kind of stand there and you go, okay, deep breath. You know, that motto, that English, the keep calm and carry on, you know, you're repeating that over your head.
There's so many parts to this. They're all moving and mixing, and now that the train broke, we have to switch and go to all the sequences that we're planning on with the train not moving.
But at the same time, you know, nothing is a disaster. It's a problem, but it's an opportunity to be solved. And very fortunately for us, it did happen on the first day.
The guy who ran the train was really terrific, and he was able to work all through the night on replacing, I think it was a governor that goes in part of the engine.
They say it's fixed now. They worked till 3 in the morning on it and got it working.
The train was fixed in one day. It was really remarkable.
Keep going, keep going.
As much of the heist as possible, we wanted to actually pull off. And the pumping is actually all occurring in real time.
300 gallons in Kennedy. We're going with water.
No! The pump was real, and we were pumping water in and out of that tanker car.
Running up the hill with the giant hose. I've never even seen wrenches that big. Weighed way too much.
C-mark.
Okay.
And set. Action.
It was almost like an athletic event.
Pulling the generator through soft sand. It's like, oh my God.
The guys had to get their energy up, and I felt like I was a bit of a cheerleader too, because after you do, you know, a number of takes, it's tiring and it's hot out there.
Again, Mark.
Those hoses, even when they're not filled with any liquid whatsoever, 45 pounds or so that you pick up from a dead weight, up and over your shoulder. And
They certainly didn't have to go to the gym for a while after that week. They were incredible.
by the time we were all done, there were aches and pains everywhere. So we had to go get massages.
We're on.
George had a series of shots in mind where we would see Jesse underneath the train, and then the train starts moving.
The train's not gonna run over me?
You want to be under the train when it goes over?
There's room.
Not happening, dude.
There's room, come on.
Not happening.
We decided to do it with visual effects. We had one shot with Aaron just pretending to attach something underneath the train.
See, they don't want the train to actually roll over me, which I think is bullshit.
We take Aaron out, we bring the train in, and then we have the train go through the same position. And then with visual effects, we marry the two shots together.
The only stunt double that we used was for Jesse Plemons when he jumped off the train.
Envision this situation where the train is actually moving while Todd is doing the last bit of fastening the hatch down. He actually climbs a couple rungs down and has to leap off the moving train. I figured that I'd probably need a couple takes, but we were toward the end of the day. The sun was going to go down, and I was going to lose the opportunity to shoot this thing. We had about 5 different cameras going at the same time. The stuntman hit it perfectly.
The last visual effects shot is this overhead crane shot where we see Jesse revealed on the tracks as the train kind of pulls away.
Just give temporary marks for that, and Andy's going to give you all marks.
What Michael Slovis had done was put the camera above the track looking down, and after they got a shot of the train moving away, we simply had Aaron lie down on the track, combining the 2 live action shots and with some CG smoke. Hopefully it looks like an invisible visual effects shot when we finish it.
Really the gut punch after they pull off this tremendous heist by the skin of their teeth. The boy who collects the tarantula in the teaser and rides around on his motorbike, he's in fact tragically a witness.
I'm so excited to do this because Breaking Bad is really my favorite TV show.
Pictures up.
Sam was local from Albuquerque. He actually did know how to ride motocross, and he actually competed in motocross. So there is a coup right there. And he also was very comfortable with tarantulas. He had had a pet tarantula.
That's into the gun.
Action.
Today I had to sit on a dirt bike, and then Walt's and Jesse's accomplice Todd shot me, and I had to fall off into the dirt, and the tarantula that I had captured earlier rolled out of my jacket.
She is a Chilean rose hair tarantula, one of the most docile tarantulas you can find in the pet trade. She's to represent a desert Oklahoma brown tarantula that you would normally find out here in New Mexico.
They're always around our yard or going into the house, so you kind of get used to them, and I was never really afraid of them. But basically, if you have your hand out, it'll just act like it's a stick and just do its thing.
Okay, roll mark. Action.
No! No! No!
Oh. And cut.
That completes Sam for today.
Sam, man, great job.
Thanks.
Excellent job. When I was a kid, I would have thought I'd died and gone to heaven, getting to mess around with this kind of stuff. This is what makes TV business fun.
There was a level of excitement and adrenaline that I think just helps to power everyone through, and everybody's there to just help make it the best it can be on screen.
Cut!
Got it.
That was great. Check that.
It was a wild ride.
It's dusty and dirty. Every night I came home, I was caked in dirt and just couldn't wait to get in the shower.
Thanks for coming to visit. Now, leave me alone while I nap. Ah, that's so nice.